Well, good evening, gang, and welcome to It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams, and I'm your host, and this is a little different setting tonight. Sometimes what happens is instruments fall, things go crazy. But what happens sometimes is guests can't make it and what have you, so we've kind of changed things around a little bit tonight. So I want to, and Suzanne isn't here with us either, but we are coming to you live from the great studios here at BNN TV. And you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like. We're at 617-708-3290. And I think what we're going to do tonight is a little bit of just you and I tonight. I'm inviting everybody who wants to give us a call and join us. Dave and the great gang here at BNN are in the other room answering the phones. So if you'd like to join us, please feel free. I'm going to talk a little bit about our great experiences here at BNN and some of the artful things that are going on around the city. The great Suzanne Schultz is out on location right now, so she is out gathering all of that great information and all of that stuff that we put together here at BNN for you cats to keep you informed about the artful events around the area. One of the things that's happening that I'm very, very excited about, of course, is my relationship at a great private school in Rosendale called Sacred Heart School. I am the arts director there, and I teach K0 through 4th grade. Now, very amusing, not amusing, but it was a very cool thing. K0 are 3-year-olds. And one of the kindergarten kids came up to me and said, she was very distraught. I won't mention her name, but she watches the show, and she was very upset with me. And she said, she had heard that I was leaving the school. Well, I'm not leaving the school, obviously. But she said, yes, I heard that you were leaving the school and you were no longer going to be my teacher. And she was so upset. And I said, well, where did you hear that? She goes, you said so on TV. And I think what I was talking about was my great experience with Camp Harborview. So I might have said that I'm going to start teaching there soon, but that doesn't mean I'm leaving Sacred Heart. A little bit of history about Sacred Heart is that I went to school there in the 60s, and my daughter went to school there in the 90s, 80s and 90s. So now I'm there teaching, and it's a great pleasure and an honor. Monica Haldeman and the whole staff there with Monsignor Kelly are doing a fabulous job with educating our younger citizens, and I'm so proud that they invited me into that family of theirs to teach kids art, and it's been a wonderful, enriching experience for me. It's nothing that really, it was kind of rewarding, and it really felt good that this poor little girl was going to miss me if I left. But I wanted to take a second to reassure her that no, I am not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to teach at Sacred Heart, and but there's other kids that I get a chance to teach too, so I'm going to do that as well. But don't worry, I will see you on Monday, next Monday, when we get together again for our classes. It's a lot of fun. Cheryl Murphy is also teaching. This is a school that goes from K0 to 3-year-olds right straight through middle school to the 8th grade, and it's a the way we're doing the curriculum there is that with the younger kids, I get them very excited about color. I get them very excited about it's okay to be artful. I get them very excited about the fact that there's no mistakes to be made here at this level. I want them just to be coming out of that classroom just fully enriched with what color can do to you. 3 colors, there's only 3 of them, and they can make all of these fascinating hues and different shades and stuff. And you know, straight lines and shadow and perception, all of the other things come later when they hit middle school with the great Cheryl Murphy, who's a fabulous teacher from High Park, and she's also the president of the High Park Arts Association. So there's that. Also, I want to take a second to talk about BNN itself, BNN TV. Now, tomorrow morning, today is the, 7th is today? Tomorrow is an open house here at BNN, and I think that if you give Mr. Atwood a jingle or get on the web, that there still might be a seat or two. I'm not sure. That I might be stepping out of bounds by saying that, but we're holding these open houses now, bringing people into the facility here to find out about BNN, to learn about what BNN is all about. And at www.bnntv.org, which is a website that is under construction, and there's new things we're coming up with, a new look. We're getting a new exciting feel for the building. One of the things that you see and you hear there is that there's a whole list of contact people that you need to get in contact with to become a member here. And what members enjoy is an opportunity to learn about Final Cut Pro. They learn about audio work, they learn about lighting, and they get an opportunity to learn about these fascinating new cameras that we have. We have these high-definition digital cameras that people get an opportunity to sign out and take out and film different events and different things that they're doing around the city and show it on BNN. And I think that it's something that we haven't been really good at in the past, is shouting from the rooftop and letting people know that we're here. Well, that's all changing now, and we're actively inviting people in. Not that we haven't in the past, but I think we're going to do it on a more frequent basis, where we actually give people a chance to visit us here at BNN and come in and see this beautiful facility here on Washington Street in Eggleston Square. It's an opportunity that is available to everybody. That's one side. That's only half of what happens here. The other half is this whole nonprofit thing, where people who run a nonprofit or are on the board of directors of a nonprofit and have a mission and have a message they need to get out to the city of Boston, and not just the city of Boston. We are streaming all over the world. I mean, anybody anywhere in the world can log into www.bnntv.org and click on one click, and lo and behold, whatever's on the TV at that time is streaming live right into your computer. So the opportunity to get the message out there is growing, and the people that we're bringing into the facility to get their message out are top-notch organizations around the city, and I think that any nonprofit out there would benefit by by taking that shot and coming and doing the BNN thing. It's very, very exciting. We're very, very proud of all of that. So if you go to www.bnntv.org, and I told him I'm doing it, and he said fine, and I'm doing it anyways. Jim Atwood is the guy you want to talk to. Jim Atwood has been involved in television and cable access since black and white TV. So he knows all the ins and outs and what to expect here at BNN and what kind of things are here for the offering. Another point that we also have here is we have this amazing lab downstairs that is full of these amazing computers. And what it's all about is that you get to do your editing, and you get to do your audio work, and you get to do your final production processes done on some of the finest computers available. And when I say available, I don't mean the best we can afford. They are the best available. They're the best computers around, and the best cameras and the best audio equipment. So come and do that. You can also come and take classes there. There's classes in Final Cut Pro. Right now downstairs there is a class full of people doing this field production, learning about field production, learning about getting everything out there into wherever you're going to be doing a program, the local city council or the local Main Streets organization or the local JV basketball game, whatever it is that you want to cover. And there's a whole process of learning how to do that. How do we run these cables? How do we set this thing up? How do we determine the angles? It's nighttime. What do I do about lights? The sun's really bright. What do I do to the camera to make it look? There's all that, and that's happening right now downstairs. The great Tim Casey's down there taking a class right now, and from Low Budget Records. You've heard me speak of Tim fondly before. He's a great friend of mine. He was just here a minute ago, but he had to get to class. So those are the things that are happening here at BNN, and I think it's a resource, and I think it's an opportunity for people to learn something that they might not be as comfortable or know that much about, you know. So take the time to go to bnntv.org, ring up Jim Atwood, send him an email. He gets right back to you. Tell them what your situation is. Tell them you just want to learn. You just want to find something out. Or I have a great nonprofit that's been around for years that no one knows about. How do I get people to know about my nonprofit? Jim will steer you in the right direction. It's an opportunity everybody should take. Now, speaking of nonprofits, I'm very, very proud of our affiliation with a great nonprofit here in the city. They are Boston Main Streets. Now, the Boston Main Streets program is a program of volunteers with the support of the city helping to redevelop business districts. There's 19 of them around the city, and what they do is they help with storefront improvement. One of the things they do is they get all this demographic information around. Do you ever wonder, how does this store, why is this store here? What the kind of information made the landlord rent the front of his building to this person? Well, that comes from an awful lot of grunge work and demographic work done by the Economic Restructuring Committee. And what they do is they work with the landlords, the people that own the buildings, and let them know what the best kind of business might be to be putting down on their storefront. Let them know that, people are spending their money outside of this business district for things like this, that, and the other thing, and maybe we should have somebody here supplying those kinds of goods or services. So they do a lot of that kind of work. There's also the design committee. The design committee is full of all these volunteers that are architects and graphic designers and artists and people who kind of know how to get through the city as far as what zoning laws are and all of that kind of thing. And they help redevelop the storefronts with signage, with the proper coloring, how your store looks. And one of the things they did years ago is that, Rosendale Square is where I'm from. There was always grates, all these grates. Every store had a grate if it was empty or full. It didn't matter. The landlords had these grates up. But for all of this work on your design and in the making of your store to look the way it will be presentable to people, what they did was they offered to pay for half of that signage, Main Streets did, as long as you took the grates down. Tough decision for people that own property and their whole life savings and their families are invested in this business. It's tough to do because, let's be honest, sometimes not everybody walking by your storefront wants to come in and purchase something. Sometimes there are scrupulous people, and I'm sorry, but that is the fact. So it's difficult for somebody to take that down and say, I'm not going to put these, these grates, I'm going to take them down. But they did it, and now in Rosendale, I think there's only 2 or 3 left. It's an amazing accomplishment. One of the other aspects of the Main Streets program is the Promotions Committee. Now, the Promotions Committee works very, very hard at running events so that people will come down to the area so you'll know what's playing, you'll know what stores are there. But they also do all of this information about the stores, about this. There's a great new restaurant. We're going to have a ribbon cutting. The mayor's going to be there. City councilor Bob Consalvo is going to be there. Jeffrey Sanchez is going to be there. And all of these, information out into the community so that you'll be comfortable and you'll know about your business district and you will visit it. Keep it flourishing. I mean, that's the whole idea behind it. And those are the people that are helping keep this program on the air. And I'm very, very proud of my affiliation with them and I thank them dearly. This is why I spend some time to talk about it, because I think it's such a worthwhile program, and the work that they're doing is irreplaceable in the city, because this is a great city to live in. It's a great city to work in. It's a great city to visit, and the reason why is because these neighborhoods are being treated with such respect and being brought to the level of competition and participation that they deserve. So if you are going by an event and you see people in Main Street shirts and jackets and what have you, thank them, because they're volunteers. They're not there because, it's their job. It's not their job. It's their volunteerism and it's their commitment to their community. It's because they want their space to be as nice as it possibly can, because they're raising their families there, and just thank them because they're doing a great job and they're all volunteers. They love this. They love their neighborhood just like you do. So, with all that said, a couple of events coming up we're very excited about. The Rosendale Arts Alliance is having its Love exhibit at the down in Rosendale Square at the Bangkok Cafe. And what it is it's 10 artists who are members of the Rosendale Arts Alliance who are hanging pieces of art that depict love. Oh, how great. And when do you think we're having the opening? The 17th is when we're going to have the opening of the show. So come on down and visit us. If you go to itsallaboutarts.com, all of that information is readily available. You know what? You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a couple minutes and I'm going to play a few songs for you. I've never done it. I haven't done it by myself. It's always been kind of something people have told me I should do, but like I said at the beginning of the show, you know, it's not always, you know, guests run into things and things happen. And not only lost Suzanne today because of a commitment, but we also lost our great guest. So we're going to have to reschedule him. So instead of me sitting here blah, 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 and off and on and what have you, I'm actually going to do a little set of music that some I've written, some I've not written, tell you little stories about some of the songs that I've written, share some of that side of me that maybe you don't know. But we're going to take a break, and we're going to look at a couple of videos from our great Low Budget Records vault, and Davey's going to take us off into that. So hang in there, gang. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and I'll play some songs on my guitar and maybe even a couple on my ukulele, and we'll see how that goes. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Do not go away. Thank you.
One, two, 1, 2, 3.
Of society, I lost my soul to rock and roll. 'Cause rock and roll will set you free. Hey, rock and roll. Hey, rock and roll. I see you standing over there, just the other afternoon, hidden by shadows, waiting for a man, hidden from the sun, for a man that never comes, like a race that's never run. As the road widens, and it almost always will, you look upon this day. The outlook will broaden as you find it wasn't you, growing from a place with a bright and happy face, better trained to run that race. Answers never heard, feeling so absurd, empty, lost, confused, and blue. Phone calls not returned, lost and so concerned. How to cope? Old friends will pull you like a race that's never run. Like a bell that's never rung. Like a song that's never sung.
Well, welcome back, gang. My name is Glenn Williams. You're watching It's All About Arts, and we are in solo mode, just you and I sitting here tonight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple of songs. This first song I'm going to do, believe it or not, is the first song I ever wrote. And that was, I don't know, a long time ago. But it was about my first girlfriend, so. I can't believe the way you make me feel, the crazy things I wanna do. You make me wanna sing about everything. 'Cause oh Lord, it's true that I love you. I truly do. I do the kind of things that I'd never do. Sometimes I wanna cry out loud. But could it be that's taken me this way? Oh Lord, it's true that I love you. I truly do. I see your face everywhere I go, and I smell your hair everywhere oh, oh, and I need your touch everywhere. Oh, I truly do. I don't know what I'd do if you went away. Don't know how I'd get along. I'll have to think of something to make you stay. 'Cause oh Lord, it's true that I love you. I truly do love you. I love you. Oh, I truly do. So that was the first song I ever wrote. And I don't, well, I'm not going to say I don't remember her name, but it was a long time ago. We were in high school and all that good stuff. But, you know, writing music has always been, to me, something that I just kind of sit and I always have a guitar laying around, or if I'm sitting in, in front of the tube or something and I'm just kind of hanging out, I have a ukulele there or another kind of guitar. This is my Martin guitar. This is a guitar I play out for gigs and stuff, you know. But I'll sit and I'll just kind of fiddle around and come up with something, you know. I mean, it's never really something that I sit and say, I'm going to write a song today. It never really works that way for me. But on my last CD, Breathing Freely, my great friend Tim Casey, you hear me talk about him all the time. We've been recording and playing music together 31 years. We started recording on a little quarter track a long, long time ago. And we've put out all kinds of albums, but this is a song he wrote that he lets me do on my last CD. So, it's called Without You. It's a love song. I'm a love song guy. You and me, we keep each other company. But what would life be without you? Good and bad, I hold on tight to the times we've had. But what would life be without you? I'd give up half my life for just one day with you, and I'd be satisfied, 'cause I can't live without you. The kitchen stove would not be the same. Oh, what would life be without you? There'd be no one home. I guess I'd just be doing my laundry alone. Oh no, what would life be without you? I'd give up half my life for just one day with you, and I'd be satisfied, 'cause I can't live without you. Without you. So that's a song that my great pal Tim got me to do. And I'm really a love song guy, you know, because I'm a Beatle fan, huge. I mean, I grew up with them, and I'm sorry, I'm wandering away from the microphone. I'm doing just what I ask my guests not to do. I'll never complain again. But I'm a big Beatle fan, and writing and listening to the love songs that they wrote, you know, that's one of the things about the Beatles I always thought that was most amazing, is that all of the songs was love somebody. I love you, you love me, all you need is love. It was all of this message that I grew up with, and it kind of really influenced my writing and influenced how I, you know, look at music and how I do it. I'm very happy to be a granddad, and our son Jason made us great grandparents. And I was one of those nights just sitting around. I think I might have been watching a baseball game or something, and I wrote this song for him. And it's kind of, there's a message, if you get it. I remember when you were small. We'd go out front, we'd play ball. I remember when you were small. Now you're grown up and you're a man. Out there doing the best you can. But I remember when you were small. Now you're grown up with a son of your own. Just remember to play ball. Kind of a little surprise ending there. But the message is there, you know. It's one of the things I remember. Not vaguely, like it was yesterday, standing out front playing catch with Jason, and it's a memory I want him to have with his son, because it's well, I think I'm preaching to the choir there when we talk about that. All right, another thing that I do is, I'm gonna blame Devin for this one, my grandson, is I'll sit and watch. I have watched Madagascar 10 times, I think. And the movie. And it's a great movie. It's a great kids movie. I love it. I'm sorry, I gotta do this. Anyways, it's a great movie, and at the end, there's this cute little song. And it just makes me smile to hear it. And it made me even smile more when I found out it was written by will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas. So he not only wrote it, but he performed it and recorded it. And I want to try it. I mean, this is the first time I've played it in front of people. I've been tinkering around with it, but my good buddy Andy Hollinger got me the chords. So it goes like this, I think. Ain't nothing in the world that could tear us apart. You're my friend. Ain't nothing in the universe that could come in between us. When you're in a rut, I will pick you up and bring you back to where you are. Anything that you need, I'm here for you. Wherever I need to be, I'm there for you. Unconditional, even if it ain't cool. I'm there when you need me. If you need to cry on, I'm there for you. If you need a friend to rely on, I'm here for you. Unconditional. You know you're my buddy, and you're my bestest friend. Nobody better say nothing bad about my friend. Ain't no kind of gossip they can spread around. They'll change my opinion. They can make it up. They can talk that trash. I know who you are, and you know who I am. Anything that you need, I'm here for you. Wherever I need to be, I'm there for you. Unconditional, even if it ain't cool. I'm there when you need me. If you needed a laugh, I'm here for you. If you needed a place to crash, come on, unconditional. You know you're my buddy, and you're my bestest friend. Yeah, you're my bestest friend. You know you're my bestest friend. I just heard that song and I went, now that's a cool tune, you know, and I just wanted to learn it, so I did. This ukulele, I'm gonna share my ukulele with you. This is handmade in Vietnam. Look at the work on this baby. And I love it. It's very, very delicate. It should be home in the studio under doesn't stay in tune very well. But anyways, this is one of those, I saw it on eBay things, you know? And don't think eBay doesn't work, because I threw a $60 bid on it, and I won a $300 ukulele, and it cost me more to get it shipped from Vietnam than it was to pay for. A few years ago, I had a lung issue. I had bronchiolitis. It was very, very serious, and I was told I wasn't going to be able to sing or do any of the things I enjoy doing. I had some great doctors. That's beside the point. But they fixed me up, and so I wrote a song that's an instrumental. Now, this is called, the album that I released last year was called Breathing Freely, which is, you know, breathing freely. So the song I wrote is called Freely Breathing. So it's a little instrumental. I hope you like it. I hope I don't mess it up. It goes like this. So that was kind of like my, well, if I'm not going to be able to sing, I'm going to play song. So that's on the last CD, which, by the way, as I turn away from the microphone, sorry, Davey. It's available. All of these songs are available on iTunes. When I was telling you about Timmy and I, a bunch of years ago, there were some kids in Atlanta that were disappearing underneath a bridge. It was horrifying. It was disgusting and scary. So Tim and I wrote a song about it. You know, and you talk about writing a song, the rewrites. We had to rewrite the words so many times because it was going to be a song nobody would be able to listen to, so. There's danger in the streets. So after school, your son you meet. You tell him to come home, but with his friends he'll roam. You tell him not to be too late. One night he disappears, fulfilling all your fears. You don't know what to do. The police are your only tool. So you sit and you pray there by the phone. His friends have all come home. He's out there all alone. He's only 10 years old. I wish he'd done what he was told. Gotta stop and think that there's something in the air that stinks. It stinks. There's other children dead, and their names are running through your head. You scream it couldn't be, your eyes too red to see. Can't even sleep the hours away. But his friends have all come home. He's out there all alone. He's only 10 years old. I wish he'd done what he was told. You gotta stop and think that there's something in the air that stinks. Na 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 na. Seems like weeks go by. You're grown too numb to even cry. Someone calls to say they found your boy today, and you know that he won't be coming home. Oh no. But his friends have all come home, and he's out there all alone. He's only 10 years old. God, I wish he'd done what he was told. You gotta stop and think that there's something in the air that stings. No, that stings. So that was our way of, expressing some of the things that we were going through at the time. Well, what was happening around us. I have time for maybe one more, maybe. Do I? One more? And then we'll talk again for a little second. We won't take a break, Davey. I'll just play it out. told you earlier that my favorite band is the Beatles, and there's a song that Paul McCartney wrote, and I apologize to my friends who might be watching because I tell this story all the time, but I think it needs to be said because I don't think people understand or get it. The fabulous Rebecca and I went to see Paul McCartney at the Garden a couple of years ago, a few years back now. Great concert, of course. And he comes out with his acoustic guitar and does some songs. And he said, you know, back in the 60s, I wrote this song, he said, and it was about the plight of young black women in the South. Now, no one in this room is old enough to remember, but I'm sure they've studied it and they've heard about it. Segregation and I mean, it was horrifying. I mean, people were being treated like animals. And Paul McCartney, this white guy from Liverpool, understood it and realized it and wrote this song about it. And I didn't realize it, as big a Beatle fan as I am. I didn't know that this was about this, but this is about it. Listen to the words. Blackbird sitting in the dead of the night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. 'Cause all your life you were only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird sitting in the dead of the night, take these sunken eyes and learn to see. 'Cause all your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Singing blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird sitting in the dead of the night, take these sunken eyes and learn to see just for me. 'Cause all your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Singing blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. I mean, that's just it. That just tells you where his head was. And this richest guy in the world playing these huge stadiums probably sat in front of the TV watching the baseball game and just went and came up with these words because he was thinking about women, black women in the southern part of the United States. Pfft, amazing. So what I'll do is I will play out at the end, and at the end of this, go right out of here, okay? Go right to the rolling after this. This is another Paul McCartney song, and it is the most recorded song in the world, ever. It really is. It's amazing. Everybody records this song. Not me, though. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. And there's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Oh, yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I guess I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Oh, yesterday. I want to thank everybody. This was a lot of fun tonight. I don't get a chance to do this, and Suzanne will be mad at me because she told me to do it, and I told her I wouldn't, but I thought I would. Listen, gang, thanks an awful lot for being with us here tonight. Happy February. It's going to snow a little bit tonight, just a little bit, not much, please. And like I like to say, get out there and do something artful for yourself, okay? Go down to Bangkok Cafe and check out the Love exhibit for the month of February. The 17th is the opening, of course. And I hope to see you there, because we'll be there, of course. Super producer Janice and I will be there. So it'd be nice to shake hands and say hello, maybe a visit for a bit. Listen, gang, thanks an awful lot for putting up with me tonight. No guest, I'm sorry, but it's a good thing I had the guitars in the car, so I could at least, keep the show going. Listen, do something awful, but keep it off in the forefront of your minds. Please, our mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews on foreign soil. Please, get out, do something awful. Do it for them. They would appreciate it. Thanks an awful lot for being here. We'll see you next week, okay? Bye-bye now.